All right, let's jump right in. Today we're asking a big question. What really makes us resilient? We're going to dig deeper than just bouncing back and explore the complex, layered systems that help not just people, but entire societies handle incredible pressure.
And that really gets to the core of it. How can some people, or even a whole country, face down immense challenges and not just survive, but actually come out stronger? To get some answers, we're going to look at a fascinating real-world case study. Israel, a place where these constant pressures have made resilience an essential science for survival and growth.
So what do we actually mean when we say resilience? It's a word we hear all the time, right? But it's not just about being tough. It's much more about being flexible. And our source material breaks it down into two key types. First up, you've got personal resilience. Think of this as your own internal toolkit. It's your personal psychological ability to handle stress, to adapt when things go wrong, and even find ways to grow from a crisis. The big idea here is that this isn't something you're just born with. Nope, it's a skill you can actually train, like strengthening a muscle.
Okay, so that's the individual. Now let's zoom out to societal resilience. This is bigger than any one person. We're talking about the ability of the whole system, a community, an organization, a city, to keep things running during a major shock and to get back on its feet afterwards. It's the infrastructure for resilience.
So, let's put them side by side. On one hand, personal resilience is all about your internal game, your mindset, your emotional control. On the other, societal resilience is the external stuff, the community pulling together, the support systems in place. You might think these are two totally different things, but they're deeply, deeply connected. And that's where the magic really happens.
Okay, so if personal resilience is a skill, a muscle, how do you actually build it? How do you strengthen those mental muscles we've been talking about? And this quote from our source just nails it. Resilience is not about hardening your soul until you're brittle. It's about making those mental muscles more flexible so you can bend under pressure instead of breaking. It's a huge shift in how we think about strength.
This is where it gets super practical. Professor Mully Lahad developed this brilliant model of 6 different channels we use to cope. Are you the kind of person who leans on your beliefs and values to find meaning? Or do you process by connecting with people, through the social channel? Maybe you're a problem solver who needs logic and information. Or maybe you just need to move your body. The key here is that there's no single right way to cope. Knowing which channels work for you is a total game changer.
Okay, so having this amazing toolkit sounds great in theory, right? But in the real world, well, using it isn't always that simple. There are some very real, very significant barriers that get in the way. And this data point, wow, it really shows a huge hurdle. Our source points out a major gap in just the basic feeling of personal security. While 43% of men report feeling safe, only 18% of women do. Think about that. If you don't even feel safe to begin with, how are you supposed to build up that mental fortitude? It's a foundational problem.
And then there's this number. Over half. That's the percentage of people who simply can't afford mental health therapy because of the cost. This means that for more than half the population, a key tool for building resilience is just out of reach. That's not an individual problem. That's a system problem. And that's the perfect pivot to zoom back out to the macro level. When individuals hit these barriers, how does society step up? Now we're talking about that external support system, which you could call the societal immune system, that's designed to catch everybody.
And schools are a fantastic place to see this in action. The system they use is multi-layered. It's not just about giving a lesson to kids. No, experts train the counselors who then train the teachers, who give students practical tools to handle their emotions. Then, and this is the really cool part, they empower older students to become resilience ambassadors who teach the younger kids. It's a top-down and a bottom-up approach that creates an entire culture of resilience. It's brilliant, really.
And this idea of layered support doesn't just stop at the school doors. It radiates outward, weaving itself into the fabric of the entire community to create a really strong safety net.
And just look at all the pieces of this safety net. You've got these dedicated resilience centers right on the front lines giving free expert trauma care. You've got this incredible culture of volunteerism, almost half the population chipping in. And then you even have simple models for like psychological first aid that are taught widely so anyone can step in and help. Each one is another crucial layer of support.
Okay, so we've seen the individual and we've seen the society.
Now for the really powerful part, how they connect and feed each other. This isn't a one-way street. It's a dynamic, synergistic, and self-reinforcing loop.
It all starts here. When you have individuals who are equipped with the tools to be resilient,
They naturally help build stronger, more cohesive, more supportive communities around them.
But it doesn't stop there, because those strong, supportive communities, in turn, create the perfect environment, the safety and the trust that helps nurture more resilient individuals. You see it? It's this powerful, positive feedback loop. Each side makes the other stronger. That's the secret sauce to a truly resilient society.
So what's next? Where's all this going? Well, as with pretty much everything these days, technology is stepping in and starting to change the game, making these tools more personalized and accessible than ever before.
and here's just a quick look at what's out there. We're talking about everything from AI-powered therapy and apps that retrain negative thoughts, to personalized exercises and even emotional journals for kids. Tech is helping to scale resilience by putting these powerful tools right into people's hands.
So if there's one thing you take away from all this, it should be this. Real, lasting resilience is not just about individual grit or being tough on your own. It's an entire ecosystem. It's a system built in layers, from the inside out, from your personal skills all the way to your community support.
And that brings us to you. We've seen that resilience is built in all these different layers. So take a second and think about your own world, your own life. Which layer needs a little bit of work right now? Is it personal? Is it social? Something to think about. Thanks for digging into this with us.